What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Inside the Five. It's Griff,
It's Stav.
and we will have Will here probably right after the intro, hopefully. But on this episode, we're going to be covering all things Week 12, including our Thanksgiving lock. We're going to be double locked up this week. We have one for Thanksgiving. This is a Thanksgiving special, and then we'll have a lock as well for the Sunday/Monday slate. Before we do that, we're going to talk a little bit about our red hot Celtics. Stav, Will's going to be here soon, so what do we say?
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, welcome back. 2 episodes, 1 week. We are right back on track, and we're going to get things started off here with the team we haven't talked about in a little bit, but it is our red-hot Boston Celtics at 13-4, first in the Atlantic, obviously, first as well in the Eastern Conference. And this team, who's been battling a lot of injuries, we've seen Marcus Smart go down, we've seen Brogdon miss a couple of games. It really hasn't mattered. And obviously, we haven't even seen Rob Will yet this season. We're still 13-4. We're beating quality teams. We've had a tough time against a couple of teams that we'll talk in a little bit. But, I mean, Stav, how are we liking this team so far?
I mean, this is exactly what we've been waiting for out of a Celtics team, I feel like. There was a lot of questions around how this team's going to do without Coach Ime Udoka, but Coach Joe Mazzulla is not the coach that stepped in, but the coach that stepped up.
He's not the step coach. He's the coach that stepped up.
Yeah, he is him. And he has this locker room, and the stars are playing well. But not only are the stars playing well, you have the entire roster down to the last bench guy playing well. I trust everyone on this roster to come in and give us quality minutes, not only just Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, but then you look at the bench as well. You still have Peyton Pritchard, who's not really giving you quality minutes, but when he steps in, he's making plays. Sam Hauser is one of the best shooters in the NBA. Luke Cornett is playing that backup big role until Rob Williams comes back, which has been excellent. And we can see the chemistry here, right? Blake Griffin comes into this locker room, and the guys take him in, and it looks like he loves it here, right? Like he's friends with Grant Williams. He's always breaking balls and whatnot. And Grant Williams, another guy who stepped up to the plate in his contract year and has been performing outstanding. So I have zero complaints. I mean, we've taken some losses. It's kind of funny because we're 13-4. 2 of the losses came against the Cavs. 2 of them came against the Bulls. So it's funny how that works out. We have some trouble against the Central, but I love the Celtics team. I really don't have many complaints.
Yeah, no, you're right. And when we're speaking about the Central, I'll cover the Bulls real quick, but I really want to focus on the Cavs. With the Bulls, it's more of they're just running up and down the court with us, and it's something that this Boston Celtics team, has won so many games already because of how they control the pace of the game. The Bulls kind of have it down pack where they like to play their own style of game and they force it on the opponent, and it's worked very well against the Celtics. Now with the Cavs, I'm a lot more nervous. I'm a lot more nervous about the Cavs than I am the Bulls. And after, 2 games against them, 2 losses, we really, yeah, exactly. We've been battling, and it's we're not going to lose these games by a lot. We're the best team, I would say, in the NBA, and we're going up against these Cavs teams that have a lot more height than us. They have around the same depth as us, I'd say. They're missing that superstar presence. I would say, it's Donovan Mitchell versus Jason Tatum. I would pick Jason Tatum, but the Cavs have the best matchup against us. That doesn't mean that they're going to be the 2nd seed, 3rd seed. They might find their way into the 4th. They could get the 3rd. But this is a team that's going to be tough for us throughout the whole season and the postseason, I would say, as well. Will, welcome onto the episode. We're talking a little Celtics here. But yeah, at 13-4, there's a few things that I would like to clean up. And one thing that I noticed last night while I was scrolling through Twitter, as always, Jaylen Brown has more turnovers than assists this year.
Really?
He's averaging 3.4 turnovers as well as 3.4 assists on the year. I want to say he has 2 or 3 more turnovers than assists, and that's something that we saw throughout the first, or not the first, but throughout the whole postseason last year was his issue with turnovers. In the regular season last year, he was perfectly fine with it, and we were like, okay, he's going to figure it out at some point. He really didn't figure it out in the postseason, and so far for this regular season, averaging over 3 turnovers a game is very, very bad. And Jason Tatum is averaging, I want to say 2.6 or something like that. This is a big turnover team, and it's a team that likes to control the pace of the game. You can't really do that with turnovers, and that's why a team like the Chicago Bulls has gotten the best of us. Now, we have a big game tonight. At the time of this recording, this is going to be coming out on Thanksgiving, but on Wednesday night, we got the Dallas Mavericks, a Western Conference game. Will, how do you like our matchup against the Mavericks? Do you think, there's any positions other than Luka, of course, where the Mavericks could really beat us?
I think we match up pretty well against the Mavericks. I expect us to beat the Mavericks tonight. I mean, obviously, Luka is always a big threat every time we play him. He always tends to go off against us, which is just something it's kind of unavoidable at this point. But I feel like as a team right now, we are definitely better than the Mavericks, and I feel like we should be able to beat them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. I feel like every time the Celtics and the Mavericks square off, it's always an instant classic where Luka Doncic hits a game winner or however it shapes out. But you look at this Mavericks team, they have some talent, but it's really just all up to Luka Doncic, right? If Luka Doncic doesn't have a good game, then the Celtics easily win this game. And I'm looking at the roster right now for the Mavericks. It's kind of funny. They have Davis Bertans listed as a small forward, even though it's funny. I mean, they have Spencer Dinwiddie, obviously, Tim Hardaway Jr., Kleber. They have JaVale McGee. Look at the team. I mean, Christian Wood has been playing well, but I think the Celtics are a lot better than the Mavericks. But Luka Doncic always just does something. He always hits a buzzer beater, always just makes plays, and that's why Luka Doncic is one of the best players in the NBA.
And I know that Kleber is currently hurt right now. Dinwiddie's day-to-day is questionable to play. I think he's probable now against the Celtics. So Dinwiddie's somebody who has been having a great season. Spencer Dinwiddie has been putting up points for this team. In my opinion, if it's not Christian Wood, which I don't know why Christian Wood hasn't been starting every game, I think he is a valuable – maybe a starting 4, if not a 5 for this team. But that brings me to the point of the Mavericks' height. And I think that's exactly where the Celtics match up against them. They have Dwight Powell constantly running their 5. When it's not Powell, it's Wood. I think Al Horford matches up very well against them. Al Horford, who's about 457 years old, as long as that person that he is guarding isn't 7'1" or up, Al Horford usually feasts. And against someone like a Dwight Powell, I think we're going to be perfectly fine. But you're right. Luka Doncic, the question is, every single time we play them, I feel like we mix up the defensive strategy. Who do we want guarding them, Stav? We have, JT could guard them, and that would bring JB up to guard the 3 and Marcus up to guard Dinwiddie. Do we want Marcus on Luka? Do we want JB on Luka? Do we want Grant on Luka? Derek White? What should the assignment be if you are Coach Joe?
I'm close enough to Coach Joe. I'm Coach Stav, and I'm here with Coach Will. If hypothetically the St. Spiridon's boys Goya basketball team was facing the Dallas Mavericks, you just have to send the house at Luka. Right? Like, you got to be constantly switching. You can't give him open shots. You can't give him any airspace. You just stick whoever I don't want this to sound stupid, but it really doesn't matter who's guarding Luka. Someone just has to be guarding him at all times. Face guarding. If there's a screen, you hedge that screen and switch and stay on him, because you give him an inch of separation. He doesn't even need separation. He will make a shot and he will make you pay. So you just have to be constantly blitzing him, constantly making him uncomfortable, and you have to be playing physical with him, because if you're not playing physical, he's just going to go around you, make you look stupid, and you can't let him play at his own pace. You have to hurry him up, right? You can't make him control the game. You have to be constantly blitzing him. You have to have someone picking him up full court, because we see it all the time. Luka Doncic slows the game down, puts a little 1-2 dribble, takes a step back, and he's 3 feet of separation. So you just have to be making him uncomfortable all game. And the refs, it really just depends if the refs call a game physical or not. It's prime time. We don't want to see a heavy whistle. So hopefully that benefits the Celtics.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say who you want. Like you said, Stav, hypothetically, you really just need to find a way to stop him, which you really can't. I like Jaylen Brown on Luka the most. I feel like if he's getting going in the game, he's feeling confident and comfortable. He's very lethal on the defensive side of the ball. I feel like his defense is kind of underrated, and I feel like he can kind of stick with him the best. And I wouldn't be upset if he was letting up points to him, because if we just threw our best player, Jason Tatum, at him and he's getting cooked the whole game, we're going to be mad because he's not going to cook back.
No, you're very right, and that's the whole point. Is in my opinion, I wouldn't put JB or JT on him. I'd actually put Smart on him, and Smart, who's around 6'4", Luka, who's around 6'7". Smart's a lot more athletic than Luka. And Stav, you brought up a great point. The way that Luka controls the game is that pace, and he slows it down. This is a team in the Boston Celtics that likes to play fast. You got Grant running down the court, you got Marcus Smart running down the court, JB running down the court, and kind of Jason Tatum patrolling everything else. And it kind of matches up perfectly against this team. If you can keep this a fast pace, wear Luka down. Luka, is in good shape, but he's slow. I would say slow for an NBA player, for an NBA superstar especially. It's crazy the things that he can do with his speed, with his lack of athleticism compared to these other NBA players. I would put a shorter defender on him in Marcus Smart, and he can shoot over Marcus Smart all day, but Marcus Smart's going to play physical with him. He's going to play fast with him. He's going to make Luka keep up on offense, which, you would think doesn't make sense, but when you're the defensive player of the year, you can do those types of things. I would like Marcus on him, and then that opens up the offense for JB and JT to have as much stamina and as much focus on just getting buckets, because, who's going to be on JT? Reggie Bullock or Dorian Finney-Smith? They don't really have anyone to guard Jason Tatum. Spencer Dinwiddie, who isn't a bad option, is going to be on Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown cooks him as well. And then, Grant's there to hold down Dorian Finney-Smith. Al Horford, I think, wins the battle against Dwight Powell or Christian Wood as well. Maybe not Christian Wood, but definitely Dwight Powell. And, I think this is a perfect matchup. And if we see them, I'm not saying that this team's going to make the NBA Finals, but if we see them, I like our chances a lot. And this is one of those teams, one of those top-tier teams that I think the Celtics are better in pretty much every category. Then all they really have is Luka Doncic. 5 years ago, they got, extremely lucky, extremely blessed that Atlanta accepted that trade for Trae Young, the swap of Trae Young and Luka Doncic. And in the past 5 years, they haven't done anything to build around him. They need a 7-foot center, someone that's athletic at 7 feet, someone, I couldn't even think of. I love their addition of Christian Wood. I would love him at the 4. I like Dinwiddie at the 2. They need a true 3. They need that second star to be that 3, that small forward. If Bronny gets drafted to the Mavericks, LeBron fits in on this team perfectly, in my opinion, even though LeBron sucks. But, we can save the Mavericks talk for a different day. Let's get back to the C's. This has been a team that, without their starting center, has not really lost a step. When Robert Williams comes back, where do you see the direction of this team going? Do you think Robert Williams is going to be that kind of kick where it's like, wait, now I don't know if we're ever going to lose a game? Or do you see kind of maybe a little slump by the time that Rob Will comes back, just trying to get him back into the lineup, get him going, all of that stuff? Where do we think the direction of this team is going to go when he comes back?
I think those first 3 games when he comes back is really going to kind of give us a direction. I think we're going to start off a little slow. We're going to win probably 2 out of those first 3 games with him back, most likely. But we're going to be like, oh, where are they going? Where are they going? That very next game, we're going to be like, wow, the Celtics are the best team in the league. They're going to be the best team in the league for the rest of the year. And that's where we're headed.
Well, I kind of agree with that, but there's no rush to bring Rob Williams back right now, especially with how well this team is playing offensively and defensively. There were some struggles in the beginning of the season with defense. We were letting up a lot of points, and some of those Cleveland games were kind of scary. I'm not saying that we don't need Rob Will. Don't get me wrong. We do. But I want him back when he's 110%. There's no other reason why we don't need to rush him back. We're not losing. We're not like, oh, shoot, we need a spark. But Rob Williams is a guy who, even if he comes off the bench for those first few games, let him get back into the flow of NBA basketball. Don't rush him. Don't throw him right into the starting lineup. Have him come off the bench, give you 10, 15 quality minutes, sit down, get adjusted. And once he's adjusted, just take off from there and continue to be the best team in the NBA. Because currently the Celtics do have the best record in the NBA. They are the most efficient offense, technically, of all time right now. In second place is the Kings, which is kind of funny, who we do face on Friday night. Friday's a big sports day, huh?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on in Friday.
College ball too.
I mean, USA versus England. It's 1776 all over again. You have the Celtics and the Kings, two of the best offenses in NBA history. You have, like you said, college ball. It's a big sports weekend.
Football too. Yeah. There's a lot.
This is the best weekend of sports. One of the best weekends of sports of all year.
Yes, agreed. And just a little insight of Rob Will, kind of what I'm seeing when news came out in like mid-September. They said to timeline him to return to basketball related like kind of workouts or something like that, 8 to 12 weeks. And I go down, I look at our schedule looking forward. This was in mid-September, so I'm kind of looking at maybe mid-December to late December. And if we can get him there, I would love – we're on a little away stretch to start December. Friday, December 16th, we start a 6 or 7 game homestand. I would like to see him kind of fill his way in. It starts against Orlando. We have them December 18th or December 16th, and Will's birthday, December 18th. Back-to-back Orlando. I would like to see him kind of find his way, maybe then have a few games at home and then get back on the road. If not, it's going to be kind of tough to fit him in because, you want someone to come back at home, kind of be able to get back to the training facility, all that. The rehab is a lot better when you're not on the road. So, that would be the perfect time frame. This is bad podcasting, but I'm going to count how many games in a row we have at home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row from December 16th to December 29th. That would be the perfect time to get him back. If not, we're going to be on the road a lot until late January. So, if we want to delay him till late January, I wouldn't even mind that stuff. Like you said, we're not really in a rush to get him back. It's about time that we give Rob Will the full time frame that he truly needs to get healthy, and it's about time that he becomes a 15-15 guy in this league, and he can truly do it. He's shown it. He's shown flashes throughout the playoffs. He's shown flashes throughout the regular season. I just remember him as a guy on the main Red Claws, not even the main Celtics, and we drafted this kid, and we were like, this kid might be something, and you don't see that a lot through a G League type player, and he's someone that has been very terrific. So when we get him back, that is our center. And we're going to look a lot better. And like you said earlier, stuff with Luke Cornett has solidified himself a spot in this rotation. When we are playing against teams that have bigger centers, Luke Cornett has done very well holding his own. He's been shooting the 3-ball good enough. He's been defending very well. He does that little eclipse thing, he calls it, where he tries to block the hoop from like super far away. That doesn't work. But when somebody comes in the paint, he's getting blocks. And I mean, there was a possession where he had 3 blocks in one possession. All we need to do is kind of let him figure out how to get these rebounds off the blocks, how to maintain possession. And Luke Cornett's going to be a valuable piece. I'm going to say it right now. Luke Cornett and Sam Hauser are going to be very, very valuable pieces for the Celtics team going down the stretch. Our depth has been awesome. You said the same thing about Pritchard. He hasn't gotten many opportunities, but when he's in there, he's hungry. And that's exactly where we need Pritchard, kind of trying to earn his spot. And we'll give him more minutes here and there. And Pritchard's the type of guy that'll put his head down and go to work for a team, go to war for a team. And I love the position that we're in. Noah Vonleh hasn't been getting as many reps, but Noah Vonleh is another guy when there's a few injuries, a few bumps and bruises down the road this year. He's someone that can step in, play the 4, even the 5 for us and get buckets. Blake Griffin has done absolutely nothing, but he's a very good locker room piece. This is a good team. Yeah. I would say this is a better team than we had last year.
100%. And what's even better about this team right now is we have 7 guys averaging double digits, which is, I feel like, I don't know if this is like weird of me to say, but I feel like that's kind of unheard of, right? Like you have 7 guys, and those 7 being Jason Tatum, who's averaging 30, Jaylen Brown averaging 25, and then you have Brogdon, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, Grant Williams, and Derek White all averaging double digits. And that's not even including Sam Hauser. I guarantee by the end of the season, Sam Hauser will be averaging double digits, especially when he gets those minutes when there's going to be rest days for Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, when you need a guy to step up and hit his shots. Sam Hauser is going to be that guy. I think he leads the league in plus minus, which is absolutely absurd. I know that's like a cherry pick stat, but for a guy like Sam Hauser to be on the court when the Celtics are succeeding the most isn't like that's a dream that we would have last year, right? Like we would always talk about, oh, Sam Hauser is the best shooter on the team, blah, 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 kind of satire, but it's true. Sam Hauser is the best shooter on this team. And we've always said this. We need a consistent jump shooter, someone to knock down the corner three he's the guy. He fell right into our laps, and he's the best shooter on this. Like he can play a Duncan Robinson role, but a little better. At least he can drive and make some plays too.
Well, you know what the thing is, Stav? Something that's very underrated about Sam Hauser, and I'm surprised we got him. He's only 24 years old. The kid is 6'7", right? And you want to put him in a Duncan Robinson type role. He's better than Duncan Robinson. This kid can play defense. If you have seen him, he has the true ability to guard a small forward that can score at will. He gets in people's faces. He is athletic. I mean, he doesn't look that athletic because he's white, but he is athletic. He moves around the court. He's great with communication. He was mic'd up for a game on ESPN the other week, and he was, screaming all around the court. He knows what he's doing on defense. I think that we can truly get him to be a 7 or 8 man off the bench. I think that he's a guy that, is one of the purest shooters that we have seen in the past few years on this team. He's somebody that does it. He can shoot in front of anybody's face. He can get down to the lane, and he can play defense. This is somebody that I think that you give it 2 more years, Sam Hauser could progress to a starter. He's 24 years old. He's been doing terrific. He's 6'7". He has the size, and he has the basketball IQ. If you take a basketball IQ test, he puts his name on it and just gives it right back. Right, Will?
And Sam Hauser.
That was an inside joke for all the people that don't get that.
He's on a very team-friendly contract. I think he's only getting paid $2.5 million over the next 3 years or something along those lines. Shout out Brad Stevens, GM Brad, just back at it, making the best possible moves for this franchise going forward. I'm just excited. I love the Celtics team. And we're big hockey heads too. We're big puck heads.
Huge guy. Yeah. Shout out
puck culture. They're the best team in the NHL right now too. So Boston sports is really on the come up.
Yeah. And that's exactly where it should be. We've deserved to be here for the longest time, and it's about time. It really is about time, especially with the Bruins. The Bruins are supposed to be the best team every year. They don't do it.
Oh, this isn't really relevant to what we're talking about right now, but Matthew Stafford has been ruled out for Sunday's game against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I saw that. Bryce Perkins.
Yep. Is that old news?
I saw a report earlier this morning that he was going to be taking first team reps this week.
Yes, yeah, okay, that was a report, and then Ian Rappaport just reported that he's been out. But is that a perfect transition into football or what?
I was going to say, let's do it.
Happy Thanksgiving, boys! It's the IT5 Christmas, it's the IT5 Christmas Thanksgiving special. I don't know why whenever I am about to say thanks, like a special Christmas has to precede it, but we're gonna give you guys more picks than ever, right? We're going to do 2 separate picks in a way. We have our Thanksgiving lock of the week where we pick the lock of the 3 Thanksgiving games. And we also have, I just thought of this right now, the Thanksgiving touchdown props. We will each pick one player to score a touchdown in each game. So we each pick 3 players essentially.
Here's the rule. Here's the rule for that. Nobody can pick the same player. So for the first game, whoever gets first pick will then have second pick for the next game and then have third pick for the last game. So each person gets the first, second, and third pick.
Okay. I love that. Griff, that's a great idea. And how should we do that? Should we do based off of no, because we tied last week.
Let's do based off of lock of the week records.
Yes, that's a good idea. That's the best way to do it.
So Will and then me and then Stav would be starting. Okay. We'll get right into it here, but we'll go through the first game. If you have your lock in the first game, obviously say it as well. If not, we're going to be doing the spread for the first game. Let's get it started here. We have Bills, Lions. Buffalo is favored by 9.5. The over-under is set at 54.5. Will, get us started.
All right, so I'm going to take I'm going to take the Lions plus 9.5.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the over.
Okay. The over at 54.5.
I like it. There's a lot. They're going to score a lot of points. It's Thanksgiving. You got to want to see a lot of points first game. You want to see it.
Okay.
You want to see it.
And you are first for touchdown parlay. I'm sorry for putting you on the spot, but Bills, Lions, one person to score a touchdown in this game.
I like Josh Allen rushing touchdown.
Josh Allen, anytime touchdown. Will as the first pick. Wow. Going bold. I'll go next because I'm second. Bills, Lions. I'm going to take Buffalo minus 9.5 in a statement win. They improved to 8-3. They beat a team by how much they should beat them. I think they beat this team by 2 touchdowns. And I'm going to take Stephon Diggs to get into the end zone this week. Stephon Diggs loves prime time, and even though it's 12:30, it is Thanksgiving, and Stephon Diggs was born for Thanksgiving. He's going to score a touchdown.
Griff,
Under.
What about you're taking the under? Got it. Okay, so this leaves it to me. Buffalo at Detroit, obviously, as we said so many times, spread is 9.5. I love the Lions. The Lions are going to cover at home. It's Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving Lions are a completely different team than the every other week Lions. However, this time they're coached by head coach Dan Campbell, right? This team is coming. They have a lot of momentum. They've won a few in a row. They're 4-5. They're competing for a spot. We talked about this. Fine. They're 4-6 per se. But throwing a Mickey Mouse loss here and there, it doesn't really matter. But this is a different team, right? They have a lot of momentum as of right now. I think they've rattled off 3 wins in a row. And coming off of a big win against a good New York Football Giants team last week, I think they carry the momentum into this week. And I'm not saying that they're going to win. I just think they're going to cover that. It's just but you guys both picked Bills to score?
Yeah, we both picked a Bills player to score a touchdown.
I'm not going to pick a Buffalo Bills player to score a touchdown. Or
pick the layup. Pick the layup. Pick the layup. I dare you.
I'm not picking Jamal Williams.
I was gonna say. Who are you taking?
Jamal Williams. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I like that pick, Stop. I like that pick. I'm actually. Can we just put it as a group, Jamal Williams to score? Can that be our group pick?
Yeah.
Because he's NFL in touchdowns. He's been doing it, and he is the running back 1. He's better than DeAndre Swift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it sucks because I had DeAndre Swift in fantasy, but I mean, Jamal Williams. They were saying it on Part of My Take. I thought it was kind of funny. Jamal Williams is putting up like Jerome Bettis stat lines. He'll have like 10 yards rushing, but 4 touchdowns.
Like 5 touchdowns. He had 3 last week, and he ran for like 30 yards. But Stav, you want the over or the under?
Taking the over. I just want to see points. I mean, I'm not going to bet on the over in that, but I just want to say the over because I want to see points. That's
54.5, by the way, I think is the largest spread or the largest over under we've seen this year.
You probably are right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
I don't think we've seen much.
Oh no, we didn't look at over unders back then.
You said 54.5, was it?
54.5.
The close one was 53 between Buffalo and Miami in week 3.
Yeah, and I think that we're gonna see the lowest over under when we get into the Sunday slate as well. So this is gonna be a fun week. But let's move on to the next game here, the 4:30 o'clock game on Fox. We have another Diggs brother. We got the Cowboys at home against the New York Giants, 2 7-3 teams. The Giants who are 3-1 on the road. The Cowboys who are 4-1 at home. Dallas favored by 10 points. I just sounded like Scott Hansen right there. Dallas favored by 10 points. The over-under set at 45.5. Dallas off the biggest win that you could ever imagine. I'm taking the Giants. This is the perfect situation where, like you said, the Giants had a very tough loss last week. The Cowboys had a very big win last week, and it's kind of those reverse. I'm going to call it a trap game. I think the Giants win this football game. I am taking the over. This is my first pick. I'm going Tony Pollard to get into the end zone.
Thanksgiving Tony P.
Yep, he loves Thanksgiving. Ezekiel Elliott's going to eat too much before the game. He's going to go out in a wheelchair. We're all going to think he's hurt. He just had to take shit.
Now, is it my pick or is Will going second?
Stav's pick.
Yeah,
Stav's
okay,
pick.
awesome. All right, so I'm a big Cowboys supporter for some reason. I don't know why, and I love the Cowboys minus 10.
America's team.
I mean, yeah, there's no arguing that. It's fact. I love the Cowboys -10 here, and I think we're going to see a very expanded type of offense. This is the OBJ game. Whoever wins this game, I bet Odell Beckham signs with. Probably after the game. He will be celebrating with the winning team probably.
He will probably be in the stadium.
Yeah, he will probably be eating turkey with the winning team. Like that, I think I
would love him on the Cowboys.
I know that would be so cool. And I think Dallas is going to kind of prove not only to themselves but to the rest of the league that they're legit, right? Like that, I feel like the Cowboys this season, no one's been taking them too serious, especially because of how well the Eagles have been playing and the Vikings as well. Last week was the first eye opener, whoa, look at this Cowboys team, watch out. And then this week, I think they're going to do the same thing at home, right? This is a big game for them. I got Dallas -10. I got the over at 45.5. I think the Cowboys are going to score 35 themselves. And anytime touchdown, give me CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb, good pick. Well,
all right. Well, I'm going to take the Cowboys -10. I'm also going to take the over. My anytime touchdown score.
Did you say over?
No.
Yes.
Okay. Just make
it. You know what? Before I get to my anytime touchdown score, I'm actually going to make that my Thanksgiving lock of the week. I'm going to take the Cowboys -10.
Love it.
I like what they're doing. I like what I'm seeing. The Giants did have a slow week last week. I expect them to play better, but I feel like Cowboys at home with a good team on Thanksgiving, I feel like it's just a recipe for success for them. I'm going to take – you took CD, right?
Yep.
Give me Zeke if he's playing. If not, Tony Pollard.
I already took Tony Pollard.
Oh, my bad. Okay, then give me Micah Parsons.
Wow. I'm going to put Ezekiel Elliott.
We will give them both. We'll give them Zeke / Parsons.
If Parsons if Micah Parsons scores a touchdown, I will buy you a Micah Parsons jersey.
No.
Wow.
Will is usually
officially the first ever jersey bet where Will is not buying the jersey.
Yeah, it's a Thanksgiving Christmas special. So
and by the way, for the Thanksgiving Christmas special, can we take an over-under as the lock of the week?
Why not?
There's only 3 games. Give me the over, 45.5 of this game, my lock of the week. 45.5, Giants, Cowboys. Give me the over, lock of the week. Lock of the Thanksgiving Christmas special.
All right, awesome.
I like that. I forgot we could do that.
I mean, we make the rules.
Yeah.
We make the rules.
There's nobody stopping me. There's only 3 games, so that expands.
We're doing 2 different locks, right? We have the Thanksgiving lock.
We have Thanksgiving, and then we have the Sunday, Monday slate. Yeah. So how about we move into this last game here, 8:20. You guys, as New England Patriots, heading up to Minnesota to face the 8-2 Vikings. The Vikings, who their second loss was one of the worst losses of the seasons, are still favored by 2.5 points. The over-under set at 42.5. Stav, you got lucky. You have the first pick. I'll let you take it away.
My Thanksgiving lock of the week is Patriots +2.5. I love it. They're going to win this game 17-14.
So you like the under?
I love the under. And that's my lock of the week as well. The under in this game for the Thanksgiving over-under in the Thanksgiving Christmas special. It's the under in the Patriots-Vikings game. All right? And here's the keys to success for the Patriots. Run the damn football. No penalties. Don't turn the ball over. That's it. I trust the defense is going to do fine against primetime Kirk Cousins. To be honest, I'm not even worried about that. Okay? I don't think that Dalvin Cook's going to get going running the ball. And Minnesota's way over their head. Bill Belichick used to coach Kevin O'Connell. He drafted Kevin O'Connell. So there's a mental edge there. All right. I love the Patriots here. I love the under. And my Thanksgiving touchdown prop, give me Hunter Henry.
Wow.
For Madden.
Yeah, you need it. I was gonna take Gabe Davis. But I like Diggs. How about you, Will?
All right, so Stav, I'm actually gonna ride with you. I love Pats +2.5. I'm also gonna take the under in this game. Unfortunately, it is the Thursday night prime time. We're gonna see an under, but it is what it is. My touchdown prop is Mac Jones in the end zone. I'm going bold.
Two.
On Thanksgiving, I got 2 quarterbacks.
All right. I'm taking the under. Straight up, I'm taking the under here. And you're right about prime time Kirk Cousins. Here's my unbiased, unpopulated take. Mac Jones sucks. Mac Jones is awful. He sucks. 4 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. I'm taking the Vikings -2.5. I'm taking the under, though. I don't think it's going to be that great of a game, in my opinion. I don't think either of these teams are really performing the way that they should. This is going to be a run-heavy game from the Patriots, run some clock out. I think that the Vikings find something, kind of like how they beat the Bills in that game. They just find something in the fourth quarter that happens. My anytime touchdown scorer I will be taking is TJ Hawkinson. I think TJ Hawkinson has been kind of due for a couple of weeks. He didn't score last week. I don't think he scored the week before. He is a great safety blanket. If you put, a safety such as Jabril Peppers on him, I think that he beats him physically. I think that TJ Hawkinson is one of the best tight ends in the league, and he's ready to break out on this team, and he's going to show the rest of the league how good of a pickup he was and how valuable he was at the tight end position. I got TJ Hawkinson going into the end zone in this game to wrap up our Thanksgiving. I'm taking the under, and I'm taking the Vikings as well.
Just a quick question. Are we doing because I was under the impression that we were doing separate locks for over under and for the spread for the 3 games.
We're taking one lock for Thanksgiving, and it can be an over under, it can be a spread, and then we're taking a lock for Sunday, but it's a spread.
Oh, I thought we were just going lock heavy where it could be completely separate. So your lock is
my lock for my Thanksgiving lock is the over in Giants Cowboys.
And all of these count towards our record.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. So I picked the under in the Patriots Vikings as my over under lock. I was under the impression we're doing 2. I'm just going to take the spread for the Patriots as the lock.
All right. Yeah. All right. Sounds good to me. That works for me. How about we get into Sunday slate of game stuff?
I cannot wait. This is a great slate for football. We're blessed with great sports this week. And shout out the schedule makers, shout out sports, shout out everyone, because we're starting off with a game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I thought this would be a better game. That would be the first on the list. But we're starting off with Tampa Bay at Cleveland. The spread is in favor of Tampa at 3.5. This is Jacoby Brissett's last game.
Ever.
Yeah, probably ever. No, he's earned a starting job somewhere else. Or they signed him as a backup and then he just ends up.
Okay. I could see that.
But I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers -3.5 here coming off of a bye. I think we're going to see an increased role from Rachaad White. And the over-under set at 42.5. I got the under. These are 2 low-scoring offenses. But yeah, I got the under here.
Well,
all right. I'm going to take. I think the Browns +3.5 and the under. I guess I don't really like this game at all. It's gonna be
this
is probably the worst game on the slate.
I'm gonna follow you guys with the under here at 42.5. I think it's a run-heavy game. Giovanni Bernard is back for the Bucs. What's his name? Playoff Lenny is questionable. I'm still going to take the Buccaneers. You're right, Stav. Off a bye. Even though this is Jacoby Brissett's last game, the 5-5 Buccaneers are looking to improve to 500. And, you guys as Patriots super fans, when was the last time you've seen Tom Brady under 500 for this long? I don't think ever. We're taking the Buccaneers spread here. I'm going to take the under as well.
Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. Awesome. So next game on the slate, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the division leading 7-3 Tennessee Titans, but the Bengals are -2 points. This is a rematch of the AFC divisional round where the Bengals upset the Titans.
Yeah,
and I love the Bengals here.
How much do you love them?
I love them so much that they're my lock of the week.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was your lock of the week.
Jamar Chase is coming back. For one of the player props, Jamar Chase, anytime touchdown. I feel like that's also a lock. And yeah, this is going to be a rout. I mean, Tennessee, I never sold on them. Never will be. But, yeah, I got Jamar Chase in the end zone.
Wow.
Okay. So that, okay.
I'm sorry, I also have the over in that game at 42.5. I just left that out.
All right, yeah, no, I'm riding with you. I got the over in this game. I got the Cincinnati Bengals winning this game by at least 7. I think the Titans are frauds, and I think it's about time the Bengals, who are on the cusp of playoffs, of that final wild card spot. I think it's about time to make a push. Jamar Chase is back. They don't have anybody to guard Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and let alone what's his name? Somebody help Tyler Boyd. They don't have anybody to guard any of those receivers. I think Cincinnati beats them. And I think Cincinnati finds their way into the playoffs this year as well.
I'm going to ride with you guys on that one. I'm going to take the under in this game. I don't know. I think Bengals getting everyone back. I think they're still slept on that they're the most dangerous team. I think in the AFC when they're fully healthy and when they're fully playing as a team and as a unit. So I'm going to ride with them. I don't know how I feel about the Titans. I was kind of on the edge. I was thinking maybe the Titans, because they are running the hell out of the ball. They are kind of slowing down a lot of the games. So I feel like the under is there for that reason. But I got to go with the Bengals here.
All right. Next game on the slate, we have the Houston Texans, the worst team in the NFL, technically, by record, at the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are favored by 13.5. And they're going to cover that. The Dolphins are going to win this game probably by 17 to 20 points. After what we saw last week out of Houston, they put a complete stinker against the Washington Commanders. Not taking anything away from Washington, but Miami's a lot better of a team. They have a lot better offense, and sometimes that defense clicks. So Miami minus 13.5, and I have the over here. I think Miami's going to score 42 points by themselves. So,
all right, I'm going to take the Texans plus 13.5. Davis Mills sitting on the bench. Kyle Allen, former Panther, is starting. I want to say he went to West Virginia, but I know that's wrong, so I'm not actually going to say it. Disregard that I said that. Don't take the parentheses. Yeah, I didn't say it. Texans plus 13.5. New quarterback, new me. The 1-8-1 Texans are looking for a fresh start. They're going to lose this game by 10 points, and they're going to run the hell out of the ball. Dameon Pierce, anytime touchdown scorer. Kyle Allen's probably only at 0.5 throwing touchdowns, so I'll take his over as well. I will double check that, Stav, while we talk about the next game. But I'm going to take the under.
And you said Dameon Pierce as well?
Yes, Dameon Pierce anytime, and then I'm going to check Kyle Allen.
0.5.
If it's 0.5, yes. I'll check right now.
All right. Will, what do you got?
I'm going to take the Dolphins minus 13.5. I'm going to take the over, and I'm going to take Jalen Waddle anytime touchdown score.
Got it. All right. Next game on the slate. This is another snooze fest because I think Justin Fields is questionable. We have the Chicago Bears at the New York Jets. Breaking news out of this morning, Zach Wilson's benched. You know, after his debacle against the Patriots last week and after his debacle in the post-game presser, he kind of lost the locker room, it seems like. And they're going with Mike White. So I got the Jets minus 6. This is going to be one of those games where everyone's like, oh, there's actually a real quarterback controversy here, where the Jets are going to actually put up a really good game against the Bears. And I mean, Justin Fields probably won't play. So that's just going to support the case right here. Yeah, I got Jets minus 6. This is kind of a snooze fest. Over under is set at 38.5. And I got the over in that. I'm sorry, I didn't get your guys' over or under for Miami Houston.
Under.
Over.
Okay. Yeah, but Stav, I've been looking into Justin Fields all day and kind of seeing what happened to him. He separated his throwing shoulder. And I mean, that was late in the game against the Falcons. He's day-to-day right now. They're kind of taking it slow with him. This might be a game of 2 backup quarterbacks, and I'm going to take the Jets right there with you. There's a reason why they're favored by 6 points. Vegas knows something. The Jets' defense has been great. I think the Jets run the hell out of the ball in this game, and I'm so happy because I have Michael Carter on my fantasy team. I'm taking Michael Carter to get into the end zone. I am taking New York -6, and I'm taking the under in this game. I'm taking the under in this game. And by the way, Stav, I did check Kyle Allen is at 0.5 passing touchdowns.
Good guess.
So give me that.
Good guess.
I'm going to take the Jets -6 and the under. Obviously, if Justin Fields isn't playing, that whole offense is just dead. I don't think they're going to be able to do much. Like you said, Griff, the Jets are favored for a reason. I'm taking the Jets.
All right. Next game on the slate, we have the battle of two like fun teams. I feel like everyone's liking.
I love this game actually.
Yeah, I know. This is the Atlanta Falcons at the Washington Commanders. This is just a fun game. Like, there's a lot of likable players. I mean, Chase Young is coming back. Who's just got injured? Did someone just get injured for Atlanta? Why do I think
Kyle Pitts?
Kyle Pitts, yep. Kyle Pitts, MCL.
Yep.
Good shout, Will.
Excuse me. And for these reasons, I have the Washington Commanders covering -4.5. Right there. Did I look at that wrong?
No, that's right. That's right. Washington -4.5.
Yep. Yeah, I looked at the spread. I can't remember the last time the Commanders were favored by 4.5 points. But yeah, I'm taking them. Chase Young is coming back. I think he's going to play this week, which is a huge addition. We saw it, like Griff, like exactly what we said last week. It's like the TJ Watt effect, how one defensive player can just be a complete game wrecker. Chase Young is that. And I got the Washington Commanders -4.5 here. And I have the over at 41.
Okay. All right. Well.
All right. I'm going to take. Give me the Falcons plus 4.5.
Okay. Why do I keep not getting your guys' over unders? What did you guys have for the Chicago?
The under.
Yeah.
Both. Yeah, the under.
I'm
going to take the Falcons plus the points. I'm also going to take the over. And I like Terry McLaurin in the end zone in this game. He's due.
Wow, Will's throwing them. Has Will done a prop for every game?
Let me check.
I like that.
Last week he did. And no,
last week Will had a full Excel spreadsheet.
Last week it was just all red. I didn't hit.
Yeah, I was the only one who hit last week. But he only had it last week. So shout out Will. All right.
I feel like I only pick like one or two a week, so I feel like I need to step it up.
Yes, I've been doing the same thing, and that's exactly why I'm going to have one in this game. But before I say it, I'm taking Washington -4.5 in this game. And it's funny because what I've been doing with my bets is I've been taking a team to win, but then I've been taking a prop for the other team because, hey, both teams need to do something, right? You know, if one team's going to put up some points, so is the other team. Marcus Mariota, anytime touchdown scorer, most likely rushing, maybe receiving, just anytime touchdown scorer, Marcus Mariota. Although I am taking Washington -4.5, I'm going to take the over as well. I think that this might be a legacy game for every single player on the Commanders. With Chase Young coming back, they're sitting at 6-5 in a very tough division. They're looking to make a push for the playoffs, and they're over 500 this late in the season for the first time in forever. Shout out to the Commies. Next game.
All right. We have the Denver Broncos at the Carolina Panthers. I keep trying to think of which games I want to add more player props in, and this is definitely not one of them. I actually want to move on from this game as fast as possible. I have Carolina 2.5. I hate the Broncos. They suck. I have Carolina plus 2.5, and I have the over at 36. This is the lowest point spread, I think,
that we've had all season. Yes.
36 points is way too low. Both teams get paid to play football. It has to be like 17-14, right? That wouldn't even hit. That wouldn't even hit.
That wouldn't hit.
Shoot. Now I'm taking the under. The under at 36. I'm trying to think of a world where the under doesn't hit. What point spread? I don't see both teams scoring 20 points.
No.
So I'm taking
the under. I don't either. And Stav, that's exactly why I'm taking the under as well. I'm going to be taking the Carolina Panthers with Sam Darnold as their starting quarterback, plus 2.5. I think Sam Darnold's a better quarterback than Russell Wilson.
I'm going to take the Panthers plus 2.5 and the under, and I'm doing Will's once a year call out for a tie.
I gotta put that in the. I gotta write that down. And
I think the Broncos are so due for a tie. They're just so bad.
But they already have one. No.
No.
Who tied? Who tied this year? The Texans and who?
The Texans and
the Colts. The Texans and Colts.
The Colts.
Yeah.
All right. Next game on the slate. Another snooze fest kind of. We have Baltimore at Jacksonville. Baltimore's favored by 4. I'm taking Baltimore with the points, and we got the under at 43.5. Last week was a bad week for the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, last week was a very bad week for the Ravens, and they have kind of a layup game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. But here's the thing: it's going to be 75 and sunny. That is prime Trevor Lawrence condition. Does it matter though? No. Baltimore -4. Give me the over as well. I think this is a game that the Jags actually put up a good amount of points in. The Jaguars just picked up just literally 10 minutes ago. They picked up the running back that got cut today.
Darrell Henderson.
Yes, just picked up Darrell Henderson. I don't think that means anything, but I think he's going to get in there, get kind of his feet going. Give me a parlay of Demarcus Robinson and Travis Etienne in the end zone. I think Demarcus Robinson's going to solidify himself as the best receiver on this Ravens team, and that's embarrassing for the Ravens.
I'm going to go Ravens -4. What is the under? What is the over-under set at?
43.5.
I'm going to go under and Christian Kirk anytime touchdown score.
I got to pick it up with my player props. I only have one right now. And it's going to happen in this game. So we have the Los Angeles Chargers at the Arizona Cardinals. The Chargers are favored by 3 points. I think Kyler Murray is coming back. I think that's a report. Yes. He's probable to play. Over under set at 48. And you guys ready for my pick?
Mm-hmm.
I have Austin Eckler in the end zone.
Okay. 2 times. Okay. All right. That's the classic Will pick. Well, do you like that too? You want to take it too?
I love that so much. I'm going to take it. I'm also going to take the Chargers -3. I'm also going to take the over, and it's going to be my lock of the week.
Wow. Chargers. I feel like every time we pick the Chargers as a lock of the week, it never hits.
Never, ever. And I bet against the Chargers last week, and then that didn't hit. I don't bet on Chargers games anymore. But I do bet on Austin Eckler 2 touchdowns, so I will also sprinkle on that. All 3 of us have Austin Eckler 2 touchdowns. I'm still going to take the Chargers -3. This is my team. This is our team. And I'm going to take the under in this game. This is a game that I would usually take the over. I need to change my ways. I'm taking the under. I need to become a new man, Will. It's time to progress into the next stage of life, and that's actually winning bets.
All right, next game. This is probably the game of the no, because the Raiders suck.
The Raiders suck.
I wish the Raiders were like 500.
Would you like me to say the game of the week?
Yes.
Bengals Titans, excuse me. Bengals Titans game of the week. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a great game.
Game of the Sunday week. Like this isn't including Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is completely separate.
Yeah, no, I mean Thanksgiving, Giants, Cowboys. Yeah. I think Bills Lions is going to be a good game. Yeah, every game on Thursday is good. Every game in general is good. There's no such thing as a bad slate. But if it's all right, I'd like to get us kicked off with my Seahawks here. The Raiders going up against the Seahawks. The Seahawks coming off of a bye. The week before that, they were in Germany, took a tough loss, and we are still hurting from it. DK Metcalf, who is the king of Germany, took a tough loss in his homeland, even though he's not from there and has actually no ties to there. Seattle favored by 3.5 points against the Las Vegas Raiders. I would find this disrespectful if I'm Geno Smith and I see a sorry-ass quarterback on the other side in a wannabe Geno Smith, the wannabe white Geno Smith, Derek Carr. I'm taking Seattle -3.5, and you may be asking, hey, Griff, we're almost at the end of the slate. Where's your lock of the week? Here it is. Seattle -3.5. This is actually the pick that I think I've liked the most this season. The over-under set at 47.5. Give me the under, and give me a parlay of Kenneth Walker getting into the end zone, Devontae Adams getting into the end zone, and Marquise Goodwin getting into the end zone, parlayed. All three of them. I mean, those would be crazy odds.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Crazy.
To see those odds. I mean, Griff, I agree. This is borderline disrespectful that the Seahawks are only getting 3.5 points here. I would even like tease this and maybe even get like 5.5.
Yeah.
I like the Seahawks minus 3.5, and especially off of a win for the Raiders. Like it doesn't.
And then off of a loss of Germany, then a bye for the Seahawks.
Yeah. So
we had time to prepare for these guys.
Yeah. And it doesn't seem like there's much need for preparation against the Las Vegas Raiders of this year. So I got the Seahawks minus 3.5 here. I have the over at 47.5. Touchdowns will be scored. Especially because the Raiders, I feel like every other week they do this where it's like, oh, we have generational talent in Devontae Adams and really good running back Josh Jacobs. Let's give them the ball this week and then next week not do it. So, I mean, hopefully they finally do it 2 weeks in a row so the points can be scored. And there's no doubt that Seattle's going to score. Seattle always scores. So it's going to be over 47.5, Seattle minus 3.5. And I have Tyler Lockett anytime touchdown.
I'm going to ride. I'm going to take Seattle minus 3.5. I'm going to take the over. And I don't have a player prop this week, but I do for this game at least. I think if McDaniels isn't fired this week, he's there for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's weird how he still has a job right now.
I feel like at this point, if they're not going to fire him.
Because Mark Davis is so broke that he can't afford to fire him and pay him the rest of his contract all at once. That's actually what it is. He's like almost unfireable right now because of the lack of wealth. Yeah, he's got a secure job for the rest of the year.
Like a lot of professors had at school. All right. We have the Los Angeles Rams at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 14.5, and I think that was before they announced that Matthew Stafford was out. So I'm curious if the line changed. Yeah, now 15.5. We'll go with 15.5 as the
Yep.
That's more reasonable. I got the Chiefs still minus 15.5 here. The Rams stink. The Rams are really bad. And
15.5 is so many points.
Both teams get paid to play football, but the Chiefs are just so good. And you have that plus at home. Yeah, I got that. And I have the over set at 43. I think the Chiefs scored like 37 points themselves.
No, you're right. And where is John Wolford? Why is Bryce Perkins playing? I don't know. Bryce Perkins sucks.
I think he's also in the concussion protocol.
Give me the Chiefs. 15.5. I'll throw a bone on it. Give me the over. Isaiah Pacheco, anytime touchdown score. I think Isaiah Pacheco is the running back one on this team, and he's been doing a very good job. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's been dealing with the injuries. Pacheco is a guy from Rutgers, actually, a running back who, when he got drafted, stuff. I think I said the same thing on the last podcast. We didn't know what he was really going to do for them. We knew he was going to be a return man. Where is he going to fit in? He's wearing number 10. Maybe he's a receiver. Nope, running back one. And I think he gets into the
I actually don't even know is Juju playing this week? Because the receivers for Kansas City are just constantly like
questionable.
And like same thing with Kadarius Toney and MVS. So who does that leave? Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce in the end zone twice.
Okay, I'm glad you took it twice because I think it's almost a lock that I think Kelce might be like minus 350 to get into the end zone.
Yeah, probably.
I'm going to ride with you guys. Chiefs over. I actually don't think this is going to be a good game at all.
No, I actually think they might win by 40 points.
Yeah, like this is
just to kind of set a statement. I think they might kick the puppy here.
Yeah, especially
is this America's game of the week?
Yeah, because
for us at least.
Yeah, it is.
That sucks. I'd way rather see this next game, which is the Saints versus the 49ers. I will be watching that game because I have Sunday tickets, so I'd rather watch that than Rams Chiefs. San Fran, though, favored by 9.5 points off an impressive win in Mexico at Estadio Azteca. San Fran minus 9.5. I am taking them minus 9.5. No. Give me the Saints. Andy Dalton, 2 touchdowns, and give me the over.
Wow, what a switch up right there. You got me off guard.
Yeah, caught myself off guard, to be honest.
I'm writing down Andy Dalton 2 touchdowns too.
Yeah, I don't remember saying that, but
I'm assuming.
I like him dizzy right now. I don't know what just happened.
I'm assuming you meant passing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just making sure. I just want the record to be clear on that, so there's no discrepancies. All right.
Yeah, I don't really actually, even though I said it 10 seconds ago, I don't 100% remember saying it. That all just really my brain just shifted. But I took it.
You took it. It's on the record. It's on the Excel. It's on the recording.
Yep. Andy Dalton.
And Will heard it.
Will did hear it. Will has to buy me a jersey because he heard it.
That's the rule. 2 out of 3 agree. All right, Will, what do you got?
All right. I'm going to take the 49ers minus 9.5 and the over. I'm going to take I don't want anything in this game. Give me Brandon Ayuk.
I like that pick, Will.
Good pick. All right, where are you? Oh, shoot. Okay, I accidentally put some of Griff's picks. Okay, we're back. All right, I like the 49ers minus 9.5 here. Jimmy G with a statement performance against the Cardinals. I know we kind of said this last episode, but give me the Cardinals. Give me the 49ers minus 9.5 and give me the over as well, set at 43. I think both offenses have the ability to score. 43 is kind of a low over under. I don't know why that's the case, but this will I assume this is going to be the last game that Andy Dalton starts as a New Orleans Saint. I think that Jameis Winston will make a comeback soon.
All right. That's a good guess.
And I have Chris Olave in the end zone.
There it is.
I like that.
There it is.
Will, did you say over under?
Over.
Yep. Okay. All right. Sunday Night Football. We have the Green Bay Packers at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Packers are on 6.5-point underdogs. And how the way I phrased it, you can guess who I'm taking. I have the Packers plus 6.5 here. I think that they're kind of establishing this offense a little bit more with Christian Watson being a wide receiver 1 on this team next to Allen Lazard. Randall Cobb's back. I don't think they win, but I think they cover. The Philadelphia Eagles haven't really put up 2 great performances the last 2 weeks. I don't even want to say I don't think that the Eagles are going to win this game. I like the Packers money line kind of too. And I have the under at 46.5.
Yeah, Stav, I'm on the same boat with you. I think the Packers win this game. I really think they do. The Eagles have struggled the past 2 weeks. They caught their first loss against the Washington Commanders, and then they only beat Indianapolis by 1, a team that, has a new head coach, 2-0 somehow. But the Packers, led by Aaron Rodgers, Christian Watson has emerged into a wide receiver 1 type guy as a rookie. I'm taking Christian Watson to get into the end zone. Give me the Packers spread. I like that money line a lot. And you know what? I'm going to take the under in this game at 46.5. Give me Watson in the end zone, and then another solo bet. Give me A.J. Dillon.
He's due. Right. He's due.
Yeah, he really is.
I'm going to take the Eagles minus 6.5 and the under. You know what? He's due. It's been a couple weeks dry. A.J. Brown, touchdown.
A.J. Brown's been struggling. Yeah, I mean, I like that pick, Will, because A.J. Brown has been struggling, and A.J. Brown also hates Jair Alexander for some reason. A.J. Brown hates any cornerback that's actually good at football. I feel like when A.J. Brown is playing against a shutdown corner, that's when he really shows out. So I do like that pick. But let's move on to our Monday night beef. No, yeah, that's exactly what he likes, and that's where he shines. So I do like that pick a lot. But let's move on to Monday night. We have a rough matchup between a team at the bottom not the bottom of the AFC South because of the Texans, but right down there with them is the Colts, the team that tied the Texans, at home with Jeff Saturday, favored by 2.5 points against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kenny Pickett, who, when he came in, it was a big deal, but I swear since then, I have not heard anything from Kenny Pickett. I'm going to take the Colts favored by 2.5 here. Matt Ryan is going to go off. I'm going to take Pittman in the end zone in this game, and I'm going to take the over set at 39. Will, what do you think?
So there's Jeff Saturday, there's Ben Jeff Sunday, and this week it's going to be Jeff Monday. We got the Colts -2.5, the under. This game low-key stinks for Monday.
Yeah.
No props.
I like That's the no props. I'm just taking a prop because it is Monday, so it's like at least I'll have something to look at.
Yeah.
A reason to watch.
Yeah, I mean, this is a shitty game. Like let's be real. But I'm taking the Colts -2.5, and I'm going to keep picking them until Jeff Monday gives me a reason not to. Right? Like, I mean, I've picked them the last 2 weeks. I'll pick them this week in a row, or the third week in a row. And I think Pittsburgh sucks. Right? And give me the Colts -2.5. They're going to win. I got the over set at 39 as well. And if you guys don't mind, can you repeat your over-unders for
for this game, I took the over.
Yes. Okay.
Under.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. And Griff, did you have the Colts -2.5 as well?
Yes, and I had Michael Pittman getting into the end zone.
I heard that part. Okay.
Yes, I did have the Colts as well.
I'm going to take my last player prop too because I want to be at least the same amount as Will, so I'm not the least. Give me Jonathan. No, I don't want Jonathan. That's a stupid bet.
Take Deion Jackson.
No, you know who I'm going to take? Paris Campbell.
Paris Campbell.
Wow.
Paris Campbell, anytime touchdown. That hits. Will, you have to buy me a jersey.
All right.
Jersey. No, actually, I don't want that.
Yeah, no, there would be no reason to get that. There would actually be no reason to get that. Where did he go to college?
Ohio State.
I was gonna say maybe a Ohio State jersey.
No.
I thought he went to a cool school, but I think that's gonna wrap up this episode. Is that right?
Yeah, I got nothing else.
All right. Well, I mean,
we recap 3 days.
Yes.
The weekly recap of our weekly picks. So for Thanksgiving, I'll just go by person, total person. Like I'll do Thanksgiving, my picks, and then the regular my picks, then Will, and then you. Okay. So for Thanksgiving, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, and Hunter Henry. And then regular, give me Jamar Chase, Eckler 2 touchdowns, Tyler Lockett, Travis Kelce 2 touchdowns, and Chris Olave and Paris Campbell. I'm going to Ohio State this week. And then William, you have Josh Allen anytime touchdown, Ezekiel Elliott, and Micah Parsons, but not parlayed. And then you have Mac Jones rushing. And then, or anytime, Griffin. Oh, no. And then in regular games, you have Jalen Waddle, Terry McLaurin, another Ohio State guy, a tie in the Denver Carolina game, Christian Kirk, Brandon Ayuk, and A.J. Brown. Griffin, Stephon Diggs, Tony Pollard, T.J. Hawkinson. Those are your Thanksgiving ones. And then in regular, you have I'm just going to say you have 1 Kyle Allen touchdown pass, Dameon Pierce in the end zone, Marcus Mariota, Demarcus Robinson, Travis Etienne parlayed, Kenneth Walker, Devontae Adams, and Marquise Goodwin parlayed, Isaiah Pacheco, Andy Dalton, 2 passing touchdowns, and you had a migraine, Christian Watson, A.J. Dillon, and Michael Pittman. So we have picks. Someone's got to hit one.
Somebody. If we don't, we have to stop the props.
Yeah, if no one hits, then we're done with props. That's the idea. If nobody hits one.
If we don't have one, if we don't hit one single pick, then no more props.
Collectively as a podcast, because we have nobody picked the same. We have a lot of picks too.
Yeah, we do. So something has to hit.
Week 12. Week 12 of the NFL season.
Yep. Out of 18. Yeah, I mean, we're getting close, but we got to enjoy it while it's still there. I think that's going to wrap up the NFL segment, but I do want to say a couple things. We're going into day 5 of our beloved FIFA World Cup in Qatar. We've had some crazy games. You know, I already talked about Wales and our great nation of the United States of America. But how about a couple of crazy games that happened on Tuesday and as on Wednesday as well? Will is here to cover them as well. Starting off, Saudi Arabia against Argentina. I mean, just an absolute, I don't even know how to say it, but I'm going to come out right away and say Argentina got screwed by the refs. VAR screwed them because that one Messi goal, Will, you see the one that they keep showing the VAR of where he's right next to a person? There's also a person on the other side of the field that's all the way down.
Yeah.
Like that was not offside. It should have been at least 2-2.
The arm as
Argentina
well.
had 3 goals get called back. But, I mean, at the end of the day, the only stat that matters is the W and the L. Saudi Arabia picks up their first win against a team that people thought we were going to see in the final. Other than that, on Tuesday, we had France do their thing. Although Australia picked up the first goal, we saw Giroud score 2, Rabiot score 1, and Mbappe as well. We all knew he was going to find his way. Mexico, Poland, the big one, Lewandowski gets a penalty saved by, Mexican hero Ochoa.
The best goalie in the world.
Yes.
Every 4 years for a month.
Yes. Part of Club America, who plays at Estadio Azteca, which was home of Monday Night Football next week. There's a link. Just a couple more games I want to talk about here. Spain absolutely killed Keylor Navas and Costa Rica 7-0. Belgium beat Canada 1-0 in a very tough, tight game. And Japan, the second biggest upset of this World Cup so far, beats Germany. Gundogan finds the net on a pen for Germany. But other than that, it was really all Japan. 2-1 finished up. On Thursday, we have a few good games. Portugal plays their first game against Ghana. Brazil plays their first game against Serbia. And on Friday, like you said, the Revolutionary War, Stav, England, USA, 2 p.m. Friday, the biggest game ever. Be there. It's called soccer. We want our tea.
And what's great about this is even people who don't really care about soccer are going to be watching this game. I think this might be the most – we've talked about this for months upcoming, and I think this might be the single most viewed match of all time. Like,
You might be right. They do get a lot of viewers in the World Cup final, though.
But, like, I'm just saying it might –
This is the biggest game by far that USA has played.
Yeah, so
the last
this
time
is the biggest game in the group for the United States.
When is the last time that US played England? I just need to look real quick. Back in 2010, and we won. Wait, we won in 2010. Yes.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We lost the most recent international friendly in 2018. 3-0.
Listen, it's 1776 all over again. England is fucked. They're screwed. I cannot wait to dump all the tea into the ocean. Like, I'm going to go back to Boston and just dump all the tea in the ocean. No taxation without representation. You can't.
None.
Soldiers, you can't enter my house. This is my house, right? That's like the Second Amendment.
Ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd pull it out.
They blew a 13 colony lead, and I think they're like 85% chance to win this game. I don't care. Screw England. USA by 2 goals. Player prop.
Josh Sargent is going to find the net. Our red-headed king, Josh Sargent, our striker, plays for Norwich. He went into England. He's taking it over, even though he's really not. He actually kind of sucks in the Prem. But Josh Sargent's going to find his way in the net. Christian Pulisic's going to do nothing. Not my Captain America, but I do love my nation. I love the red, white, and blue. I love the stripes. Weston McKennie. I'm just going to start naming people. Matt Turner started playing soccer when he was 16. Matt Turner is going to give up a clean sheet. I mean, it's as simple as that. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
The IT5
Go America.
Thanksgiving special.
USA. Yeah. With that being said, have a beloved Thanksgiving. Grateful for everybody that listens to this. Grateful for you guys as well. We will catch you guys next week. And